Namaskar, friends. Welcome to Export Import Make in India campaign. And we are just completing the third chapter of supply chain management, in which the chapter name is Designing and Planning Transportation Network. Okay, so earlier session we have understood the importance of the transportations. So, by help of an example, we have understand that for any movement of goods from one location to another location in entire nations only happen by help of transportations. Okay, so it's not only give the economic growth to the country, but also provide the employment to the peoples of country. Okay, so we can understand what is the importance of the transportation. Okay, now the role. Okay, so we can understand what role can be transportations. Okay, transport service help us to move goods from one location to another location and fulfill the demand. Okay, so we will understand the role also here. The role is infrastructure help the globalization and production process. Okay, transport is essential in economic because the demand and supply of goods does not match equilibrium at the particular area or point of time. Okay, so the infrastructures always help in globalization production process. Okay, globalizations we can understand the sources is access, then transfer to the uh, demand level. Okay, demand area. Okay, so whatever sources are availabilities, and then it can be transferred to the another location at the global level. Global level means any country have a educate level of the any product that can be moved for it not available in other countries. Okay, so this demand is fulfilled by the supplying. So it if this process is done in only one small locations, then we can face some problem of pricing, like uh, any seller can raise the price. Okay, but it become a globalization, then more than one sources for the product particular product will be available at global level, so you will get very efficient and better service in low prices. So globalization importance we need to understand in the production process. Now, transportation is a very essential part of any country, because by help of transportations we can match the equilibrium of the supply and demand. Okay, if any demand raised by anyone, the goods will be transported from that location to the another location where demanded. Okay, so this will happen by help of transportation. So this transport play the role to matching this equilibrium of the demand and supply. Okay, now the need for dispatch goods from arise are often produced in one place and sold to the consumer or another place. Okay, so we can understand this can manufacture for one place and it can be consumed in another location. Does the transport provide a vital links between the production and consumption points? Okay, we can understand consumer and producers only linked by transport service. So this is the role which play by the transport. Okay, the demand by consumer, supply by the producer. Okay, so the objective of production is not fulfilled till commodity reach to the consumer. Okay, and objective only fulfill when then the goods reach the destination by help of transport. It forms an integral part of the production, distribution, and marketing system. Okay, so we can understand the transportation is the integral part of the production, distribution, and marketing. We can understand that production for the production need raw materials, which only can deliver by help of transportation. in distribution also. After manufacturing process, finished goods can be delivered to the consumer by distribution process, which only done by help of transportation. Now, transport infrastructure service are the critical and diversification modernization of the production and distribution. Okay, so infrastructure service, we can say they're very diversified. Sometimes it's by road, by sea, by train. Okay, so it can be moderate as depend on the locations. Okay, so the infrastructure need for that uh, for the transport. Okay, now process transport is the key factor to link dispersed area transport increase the economic efficiency resources. Okay, the economic efficiency resources are various country is increased with the growth of different mode of transportation. Okay, number of mode of transportation can be used, then economic efficiency resource be increased. Okay, transport reduce the cost. Transport reduce the cost of production and distribution by effective plan and integrated coordinate network developing the depend on the largely transport development for the better utilization of resources. Okay, so we need to understand we can reduce the cost of production by help of transport. But for that, we have to use the very efficient transport that can be delivered good in right time and right with right service. Okay, so you need to manage this activity in such way that you have to appoint and coordinate the transport for the right locations, like where you have to set up the warehouses, where you have to set up the distribute center and retailer center. This is the very important thing which can reduce the cost. Okay, now the advocacy of the transportation infrastructure is a key factor, ability of the country to complete the in international trade. Okay, so we can understand if you have a availability of good availability of transport, then this will become the key factor of country to complete the international trade. Okay, international trade competition in the new export and location global industries. Okay, so you need to understand if you have good transport availability, then you can export good very right way. Okay, so it's a depend on the quality of transportation infrastructure. Okay, you can export more if you have a good quality of transport. Okay, and infrastructure. Infrastructure means that infrastructure is the part which is help this transport like ICDs, warehouses, these things. Other than this, uh, many countries. Okay, now increase the globalization of the world trade in many countries arouse not from the liberalization of the trade policy but also from advance on transportations. Okay, so every countries are want to be the part of globalization in the world trade. Okay, so in this process, this is not only done by the liberalization but opening the economic for the particular country, but also the advance in transportation. Due to advance in transportation, this process, this globalizations is increasing day by day. Transport help to suitable price. Goods can be transported to place where there is a scarcity for buy this. Consumer can get their desired produce and commodities at reasonable price. Okay, by help of transportations, uh, suitable transportations, the price of goods will not increase because that if goods are moved from one location to another in right price, then there is no need to have a increase the prices, because that the transportation is very important role play in the inflation. Okay, so consumer can get their desired product or commodity at reasonable price similarly, because that transportation is efficient for this, then only you can get this reasonable product reasonable price. By transporting goods to market to producer get in fair price their product. Okay, so for one location to another location, it is very important to understand that what are the pricing of the goods. Okay, it totally depend on the fuel charges. Fuel charges hike, then transportation will charges will increase. So guys, we have to understand in the session, we have understand the role of transportations. Okay, so guys, we are going to end the session here. I hope you have learned some knowledge from the session. Thanks for watching the session. Have a nice day.